my album gonna drop like late 2017. I'm gonna be on tour with Wu-Tang and
What's the album called?
I was hoping you were gonna have a tour with the Tupac
it's a tribute.
hologram.
It's a tribute to Old Dirty Bastard Baby Jesus. It's called
All right, guys, thank you for joining us for another Last Call podcast. My name is Mikey T. I'm joined, as always, by Tristan.
Greetings.
And this time we have a very special guest. Warren is joining us.
Is he special?
Oh,
I don't know how special I am, but I mean,
you're special to us, Warren.
I'm like the special teams in football. I don't
think
know
that
where I was
means
going with
anything.
that. Really, I don't know where I was going with that.
Anyway, we're happy to have you. It is election night, but we will skip over that completely. We've now turned over the Jafar Sand hourglass, and we are good to go.
I voted.
I voted too. Did you vote, Warren?
Yeah.
I want the stats on how many people say they voted that didn't. Because it's got to be a lot, especially this time around, right? Like, people got off work at 5 o'clock and they were going to go vote, but now it's like fucking dark at 5 o'clock and they're kind of hungry and they're just like, I'll just check in on Facebook and say I did vote.
It did get significantly worse, I will say. The whole process. Since the last time that I voted, I only voted in the presidential elections. Electronic voting systems, and you walked in, you told who you were, yada yada yada, you walked up to the thing, 30 seconds later you're pretty much done. This time we went still at the beginning setup, but we had to pick up a Scantron sheet in a little manila folder. And
Jesus.
Yeah. And then you go into like a little blinder box to fill out your Scantron.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever been
And then you get into a long snaking line through the middle of this elementary school.
Sounds degrading. It's really, it's
It
like
was sad. It was like all the excitement of the DMV, but it was also determining the fate of our country.
2016. We're filling in Scantron sheets and feeding them through a scanner at the end of the day. Like, we can't vote online. Like, I literally hold the compendium of all human knowledge in my hand, and we can't fucking vote online.
that tells me that I've hacked everything else. Don't you see?
Like,
damn.
Is your phone going off?
Oh, sorry. Is it like
Poor form.
We'll have to start again.
Trash this episode. Thanks, Warren.
to remind myself of something?
All right, well,
it'll be done soon. I mean, I don't know that it'll actually be done soon, but at the moment, Trump has a commanding lead.
Yeah, at this point, it's looking pretty bleak. I mean, it's pretty bleak either way. So
yeah, what's the worst thing that can happen?
I think it's looking pretty bleak because it is.
We gonna die
election.
either way.
Yeah.
You know what? I watched a lot of election coverage on TV today, but you know what was worse than all of that? That fucking trailer for Triple X.
Oh God, yeah, you're right.
That was the worst trailer I've ever seen in my life.
That was designed for 12-year-olds.
And I like the original Triple X movie.
It was designed for 12-year-old boys.
Much.
I don't
like is a strong word, but
I enjoy. It's fun. I get it. Like, it's, what was that, mid 2000s? It's like, oh, let's fucking take an extreme athlete and make him and cross it with Secret Agent. You know, James Bond meets X Games. That's exactly the kind of boardroom conversation you would have heard in the mid 2000s. That's what we got. Fine.
I love that his tattoos look like how somebody that doesn't have tattoos imagines tattoos look like.
The gigantic triple X on the back of his neck.
Yeah, and he's got like. So have you ever seen those
I think
like
they're bigger
bodies?
now.
I don't know. Have you seen those bodysuits that make it look like you have tattoos?
Oh yeah.
It
yeah.
looks like one of those.
Around Vin Diesel's neck. Like,
but that trailer was hot garbage.
Like that, like almost to the point where was it on purpose? Were they like
somebody
were
gave
they
that the
poking
go-ahead.
fun at the whole genre?
well,
No.
if they think they're going to make money, they just do whatever. I mean, honestly, I think it would have been better if they just made like, just kicked out Samuel L. Jackson just for this this particular movie and putting like Eddie Murphy. You know that part? And he was like, "Do you feel safe? I don't feel safe. Do you?" You see what I'm saying? That would have been funny. That would have been.
He's like,
I would pay to go see that. I don't feel safe.
Samuel L. said some really absurd shit in that. Like, was he maybe poking fun at something? I don't know. The original one, maybe.
Personally, I think Samuel L. Jackson has been fucking with us for a very long time because he will make any movie.
That's true. Yeah,
but at the same time, he still makes enough like really fun movies that you just kind of accept. Like everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I love Samuel," and then you're like, "He's been in a lot of really bad movies."
Yeah, but he's in.
Well, just questionable. Like, why would you do that? You're a seasoned actor. Why would you do Snakes on a Plane?
I think
like
he gets fucking paid.
Did you know?
And it's probably easy.
He said he would only do the movie if they kept that name.
Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it had another name,
I don't know what.
And then I saw that movie, I think I'd probably be upset. Like serpents in the. No, I think I'd be kind of upset. Yeah.
My favorite Samuel negotiation was like when they came to him to be in like the Star Wars reboots or the Star Wars prequels or whatever, and they were like, "Do you want to be a Jedi?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be a fucking Jedi, but only if I get a purple lightsaber." And they were like, "Nah, we're not. I don't think we're doing that. I think they're just, blue, green, and red. I think that's pretty much it." He's like, "Nah, I'm fine then. I don't want to be in it." So he's the only Jedi with a purple lightsaber because I don't even know why. Somebody was a big fan of his. And he said he did it so his kids could pick him out like in big battle scenes. Which is awesome. But
that's actually a really cool. I hadn't heard that part.
That makes sense.
That's what he said. Because I guess there's the big thing in the arena, but
it could have been worse. It could have been like purple boots.
That's true. To wear a purple bodysuit.
I'm the one in the bustier. Anyway.
But that trailer though, that was. You don't think he's like? Is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Is it satire? Are they making fun of the first one? And it's just like, let's just push it so far.
No, because if they did that, they were making fun of themselves from the beginning. Because I mean, that was pretty cheesy. All they did, it's that Michael Bay effect. You just have to continue to one up yourself on the extreme scale.
I mean, Michael Bay does some dumb shit, but I mean, I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. I think if you go to see a Michael Bay movie and you don't like it, that's your fault. Because it's Michael Bay. Like, what do you expect? What's the last really quality movie? Has Michael Bay ever done a really quality movie?
I think The Rock was the closest to one.
Was the closest, and then if you watch it in retrospect, it's still got some of that triple X, extreme athlete like.
Well, it was The Rock was Tuffle. What is that? The Rock was tough because it had Sean Connery, who's awesome, and Nick Cage, who's not, and they just sort of balanced out and threw a bunch of explosions. And then what was the bad guy? It's another good actor.
Ed Harris. Ed Harris is a great bad
guy.
Almost like he's not aware of the rest of the movie going on around him.
Yeah.
they didn't show him the rest of the script. They're just like, look, man, you're a general. You're pissed off about soldiers being left behind in Iraq. You're taking hostages, and you're going to shoot a missile at San Francisco. And he's like, I can do that. Nobody told him about the Navy SEALs. Sean Connery. Certainly nobody told him that Nicolas Cage is going to be in it until the last scene.
Oh, man. That
he runs into Sean and be like, "Hey, Sean, why did everybody else in that movie suck? Just, I don't know."
Who keeps giving Nicolas Cage and Steven Seagal and other people like that? How do they keep getting movies?
I don't know that either one of them have worked in a significant way in a while now. What was the last thing Nick Cage did?
They keep pumping out. I guarantee you it's within a few years, and he probably.
I was half asleep and saw something with Nick Cage in it. I can't.
That describes every time I've watched a Nick Cage movie.
Yeah.
Except for Con Air.
I think
Con Air, you know what? I kind of like Con Air.
Con Air's
Put
fun.
the bunny back in the box.
But then again,
like that.
It's another movie that is good, in spite of it. It's like, if he wasn't in it, it would still be a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's not because he's in there.
And probably would have been better.
And John Malkovich.
John Malkovich killed it.
That was awesome.
John Malkovich did a great job. Steve Buscemi did a great job. Great supporting cast.
Yeah.
All around him. I think it could have been better. I don't know who you put in there, but you could have put somebody better in there, and it would have been. Again, we're supposed to believe that Nick Cage is like a Navy SEAL or something like that.
It's like,
Was
I'm
Con
going
Air Michael
around
Bay?
house.
Con Air wasn't Michael Bay, was it?
That was
I don't know.
something that had to do with him.
I don't either. It's in there.
Some kind of. I think it was a Michael Bay.
I'm going to take this and I'm going to segue to the side for a second. We can go back to the trailers we were talking about here in just a
Okay.
second.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Michael Bay and the Transformers,
Okay.
where do you stand on the Transformers movie? You are a huge fan of the brand that is Megatron. I don't even know how I describe it.
Well, it's
Kind of your avatar, I guess you would say, maybe.
Avatar logo.
Well, it actually. So I
Calling
don't think
card.
I've explained how that happened. So Devin and I used to drink a lot, and then we'd play asshole,
Okay.
where you create rules for the gameplay, and you just sort of the game evolves.
Oh, the card game. The card. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
I
the
just-
drinking game card, and
Sorry, I've been drinking.
you get a president, vice president, and the asshole, and there's like different rules. But anyway,
Sure, and like you can make up a rule and it goes on for the rest of the game, but they can retaliate and make a different rule.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay.
So I gave everyone, I said everybody gets prison nicknames, and I gave everyone, and you had to refer to everyone as their name.
Okay.
So I gave everyone a bunch of stupid shit. I don't remember. Someone was meat. Another person was cheesy poof. I don't remember what any of the others were.
Okay.
And then I gave myself Megatron,
Okay.
and it stuck. Someone told that the next day at work, and they changed my name in the computer. So, like, if I went up to serve a table or anything, my name on the checkout was Megatron.
I see.
And
Okay.
and it stuck.
And it just stuck ever since.
So I've always liked the character, but that's how I ended up using it for stuff, was because of this game of asshole
Gotcha.
and just fucking drinking. That's really all it was.
This is the part where Mikey tries to sell us on the fact that he didn't give himself the nickname Megatron.
Oh, I absolutely.
Somebody
did.
else put it in the computer, and then yeah, okay.
Oh, I absolutely did give it to myself. But it just kind of stuck,
You don't give yourself a sucky name.
and it came.
You know,
and it
I
came
like to
back,
call myself Lily. You don't do that.
It came back in Ellicott City after I told the story about them changing my name in the computer. It was before I was managing at Diamondback, and Ferger actually went and changed my name in the computer there, and then I was in the computer for like 4 years as Megatron. At,
So every time you waited at a table, it came
Yeah.
out. Did it ever show? Oh no, I guess it wouldn't. We used to have, because I worked at big chain restaurants. We used to have like secret shoppers, and so they would always get your name off the receipt. And I was just wondering, like, if you got like
No.
Yelp reviews for Megatron.
No, I did have. There were like people I had as like casual regulars that would come in. I'd see them every once in a while. I didn't really know them, but they come in and they'd be like, they didn't know my name, but they'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Megatron?" Like they love the fact that like you're showing your age. I was like, okay, but that's where that came from.
So I was simply curious because, I mean, there's a lot of negativity that goes towards the Transformers movies, even though they make, hundreds of millions of dollars. Every one they crank out, there's like 5 now. I don't even know. And people talk about how it it ruins their childhood, right? It tramples. Did you watch Transformers as a kid?
Yeah, and I don't. I think that's a bunch of crap. I mean, there's some things. Yeah, I don't think should be redone. But I mean, it was a cartoon. They actually had the technology to make this into this sort of live action looking type thing. It's entirely convincing. It's great. I like it. I don't think it ruined my childhood. I think it enhanced it. It kind of, hey, when I saw these cartoons when I was a kid, and it was like, oh, that was pretty cool. And you always think the same thing. What if you could actually do this in a real movie? You know what I mean? And somebody did it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I'm okay with it. I've come to realize that nothing is ever going to. They're going to remake something from your childhood. It's never going to be as good as you remember it in your childhood.
Well, yeah.
The thing is, if you go back and you watch anything from your childhood, there's a high probability that it's absolute crap.
See, that's where I start. I mean, that's where I came to from this. So, like, my son right now is really into Transformers, right? And they've got new generations and, computer animated stuff. And there's, 3 or 4 different series, and he's really into that. And it came up kind of in conversation the other day. I think the theme music to Transformers came on, like, it was on YouTube or something like that. The original, right? Yes. And I was like, that was the song that was on Transformers when I was a kid. And he's like, oh, you mean like Robots in Disguise? I was like, no, way before that. Like, there was a Transformers you've never seen before. And he was like, can we watch the one that was on when you were a kid? And I was like, I guess so. Sure, why not? So I went out, and it turns out that Amazon has the first season 1, episode 1 available for free. And so I was like, let's go ahead and watch this. And then that, Transformers, robots, that whole thing goes on. I'm like, yeah, fucking Optimus Prime and Megatron, look at it. And then the episode actually starts. It's dog shit. It is the
really bad. I remember that first episode.
It is so bad.
Where they're all like
plot.
Hurt. They're like hurt in the caves.
Yeah.
And it's going around. The little bot is like scanning.
They crash on the Earth and they fall asleep for 4 million years for no reason.
Yep.
And then like one day a bot wakes up and it's like, oh, I'll start bringing them back to life, but only the ones that I can see. It is hot fucking garbage.
Yeah. And and where they're filling up energon, but it's like liquid energy that they pour into clear
glasses.
Yeah, it's really, really bad.
You can objectively say that the modern Transformers remakes are bad if you wish. That's fine. But you don't get to say it ruins the original, because the original is fucking terrible.
They made it purely so they could make the toys.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Which
80s mentality. Get the kids watching this thing. Put the toy commercials on.
Print money.
We're printing money. They're just going to harass their parents until the shelves are
right.
Are
I mean,
bare.
that was Transformers. That was G.I. Joe. That was Voltron. It was all just selling toys, right? Which I guess they're still doing.
I had all the G.I. Joes. All of them.
Conversely, I went back. I watched the new Ghostbusters a few nights ago. And then I was like, the old one was on TV. Old Ghostbusters holds up pretty well. Yeah. You can make an argument it ruins the old one. I don't believe in that argument, but I think that's still a quality film. The computer animation doesn't hold up worth a shit, but I mean the dialogue is still there. It's still a funny movie. It's well paced and written and stuff like that.
I heard that the new Ghostbusters it's like all the characters are trying to be the comic relief, so it just gets bogged down by that. I still haven't seen it. I'm not against the idea of it.
Well, I don't understand that, because the original Ghostbusters, every last one of those characters was funny in some way.
They were funny in some way, but it's like you can't all be Bill Murray or even Dan Aykroyd, who's like also comic, but not in the same way. They all had their way, but it's like everyone can't be that like Chris Farley, Will Ferrell level of just always bumbling into stuff.
You've nailed it. No, that's exactly. I don't know that.
Now I'm terrified to watch it.
I don't know that I put my thumb on it when I watched it, but that's a big issue.
So you're telling me, basically, from your perspective, all of them were just kind of doing their own thing.
I actually haven't
shooting
seen it. I just heard that.
There's the flip side. So in the original Ghostbusters, Bill Murray is wacky and he's always throwing out one-liners and being weird. And
He's
everybody
sort of
else,
a smart ass.
Everybody else is sort of normal, and they're Bill Murray's funny because he's in contrast to everything else. They're trying to take things seriously. In this one, Kate. That's not Kate. Whoever the lead actress is, she's also in Bridesmaids. I used to do this on the fucking podcast. I'm trying to remember people's names, but I don't remember. There's one who tries to be
in Bridesmaids.
Yeah, there are. Melissa McCarthy's in Bridesmaids as well. She always plays she was on Saturday Night Live. She always plays a wet blanket. She's just got a perpetual sad face. Anyway, There's one character who tries to be kind of like straight-laced, and the other 3 are caricatures of the original Ghostbusters cast. There's a chick, Egon, who's super duper weird all the time, and
her name is Egon?
No,
Oh, like
I don't know
Egon.
what her name. Yeah, she's
Oh, she's
just
like
like
Egon.
She's
Okay.
the tech head with the glasses.
Because I
And
think
then
as
there's-
far as like naming them after original characters, it'd be like,
I
okay,
thought it was weird. It was
I'm
like,
leaving.
oh, there's the nerd. Yeah, yeah. Well, they
I'm
weren't
leaving
very
this
far.
popcorn right here for the next
Oh, we'll have the
person.
nerdy one with the glasses who's super into tech, and
Yeah.
we'll have the wacky one, and we'll have the black one, and we'll have the I don't. You know.
I have something to say about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, could they have made it more obvious? I mean,
Yeah.
let's get this crazy black woman to be like Winston. Like, really?
But you know what? The reason why Winston worked is because he was like
He was off the
outside-
street. He was like, man, I need a job. Like, you killing ghosts? All right, fine. No
he
problem.
was always the guy who was off the street, and he was like, this is fucked up. He was the normal guy who's supposed to be feeling like normal.
That worked out great. You know what I mean? He just so
couldn't have
happened
get-
to be black.
You couldn't have found someone that's farther from that than what's her name? Leslie Jones?
Yeah. No, she's wacky and out there. And,
Seeing
yeah.
that commercial, you want my number? Yeah, she's a little scary.
That's what a lot of the
It's pretty funny, but
she makes me uncomfortable. It's like a lot of the
she's
client-
not even here. She makes you uncomfortable.
It's like the clientele at Loafers when I worked there.
oh Jesus!
I saw a great fight leaving here from the podcast last week at Loafers.
All right, hold on. Let
Sorry,
me tell
okay,
this.
go
I'll tell
ahead.
this quick story, and then you tell this more recent one. 'Cause
It wasn't really a story. It was 30 people fighting in the parking lot and 80 cell phones and people shouting "World Star" and that's all.
That
was it. Yeah.
That is
Loafers.
Loafers in a nutshell.
I stopped going there years ago when that kid allegedly got shot in the face. Yeah, that was a long
Sorry,
time
I
ago.
do-
That was
Your
that was
story.
right around the time I was there. But
Nobody.
yeah,
knew
so
that.
I had a woman come. She's like, I was like, what? Can I get you? She's like, you ever been with a black woman before? I was like, no. She's like, you should try it sometime, especially one that's over 50. And I was like, I'm gonna go help this side of the bar. And the feeling I had then is the same feeling I have a lot of times when I see Leslie Jones on screen, because she does that same kind of like awkward, like way too forward action. It's like,
So it's like a flashback for you.
Yeah,
It
she-
induces a flashback. That's what it is.
oh, I have Loafers PTSD.
This.
Ugh. That's actually Loafers is where Dixon and I met.
You told that I think a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know that. Like he just used to drink there, and you worked there, and
Yeah.
no thanks. I'll never be going to that establishment.
Ooh,
I'm not tough enough to be there.
It is really, really, really bad there.
It was very rough. There's a lot of people. I don't
It's-
know how many people were fighting, but it was a lot
It's
of people.
never a good idea to have a place that the clientele is very much a majority black, and then the owner is like the biggest raging asshole racist that you'll ever meet.
Oh yeah.
He's a huge fucking racist.
I did some. I helped my next door neighbor with something in the house. He's like, "Nah, I got to take you out to dinner." I was like, "Okay," and we pull up in the parking lot at Loafers. I said, "Jesus Christ!" He said, "What?" He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "No, it's fine." Went in there and we're eating, and that guy, like, we're halfway through our meal, and he's saying all kinds of stuff, and we're just looking at him.
Well, you're
and
just
we're
like eating dinner.
Yeah, and I mean, it's coming out of. It's not like
It
he
was
was
probably
like.
fairly early.
It's,
Right?
it's not like, oh, like, guys, yeah, check out the darkies over there. No, it was all like, hey, look at that. And I was like, wow. I looked. My next door neighbor's Alan. I said, hey, Alan. And he's just like, did that dude just say that? I said, yeah, he did.
Was he like?
Could you pass me the salt and pepper, please?
Yeah.
Was he like?
He
was
does
he
this all the
trying?
time.
Was he trying to drive you out, or just trying to make you uncomfortable, or he just doesn't know?
No, you don't understand. We were sitting on the other side of the bar, about maybe 5 feet away from him. The room is loaded with people at least as dark as I am.
Okay.
The whole room, the bar, all the tables, and I just looked at him like,
I'm
really?
sorry. Are you black? I don't see color. I just.
Yeah,
Hashtag triggered.
yeah. My ex-girlfriend said that, but her father definitely saw color. Anyway,
Oh man.
So you're on the other side of the bar, filled with people of color, and he's making comments
Yeah.
that he's hoping you'll hear or that he doesn't think you're hearing. I'm just wondering.
I'm
really wondering about his motivation. Like, what is
literally
he trying to do?
just looking at him and realizing that he's there. He works in that place.
Mm-hmm.
He knows.
He lives upstairs.
So he lives upstairs.
Well,
Wow.
he has
In
a
the-
house, but he lives
in the
on
apartment upstairs.
There is a office, and he has a mattress on the floor.
Oh,
That's super.
that's
sad.
just weird. That is
Super
weird.
sad. So, is he like?
No, it's not. Let him. If he does not like us so much, let him live above the Negroes.
Does he have?
That's his way of feeling above you. It's the only way he can accomplish that.
I just. Stop that. I just don't understand, like, why you would own an establishment like that. Like, is it just like he's resentful of it? Like, that's how he makes
Wait.
all his money, but he wishes.
I've got more info for you.
Okay.
He is also a recovering alcoholic. He does not drink. He blames anyone's problems on alcohol, and that's why he's always in a bad mood. It's because everyone's drinking and having a good time. He could not drink and have a good time without having problems, so that's automatically what everyone else is doing.
Oh, so a bunch of black people in a room having fun drinking, and he can't drink. It just pisses him off, and he might have put them two things together.
He absolutely equates all his problems
Just sounds like a really
to
angry
alcohol.
existence.
Yeah, and then he assumes that that's what everyone else's problems are.
Okay.
And then he runs a bar.
Yeah, that all sounds super.
You know what?
bad.
That would make one hell of a sitcom, though. Just follow him around with, reality show. Hey, follow him around with a camera.
Oh, self-loathing.
I'm sure he does.
Self-loathing racist.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I'm sure he's.
I'm trying to think of what like a comparison, like some existing reality show that would fall in the same lines as that. And
Given
wish
that
I-
information, I'm sure he cowers in the shower and in a corner of the shower,
Hey,
until the water gets cold.
I will say he is absolutely terrified of all of us. Like he's terrified of me, Dixon, Loaf, like all of us that left there on bad terms because he was being a jackass and tried to act tough.
Oh,
And
so you couldn't go back in there and be like, could we film you for 6 consecutive weekends for our reality show that we're pitching?
and you
I
have to
probably
do
could-
whatever you
he's-
normally do.
he is absolutely terrified of me because when
you just like force him into it.
because
We're fucking filming in here.
yeah.
Everybody who comes through the door has got to sign a release.
Well, then he'd probably just say a bunch of racist shit and try to incite a riot, and then
sounds amazing.
Duck out the back door.
yeah.
I mean, not the racism, but I mean everything else about that idea sounds awesome.
Racism
Like,
is amazing.
no, I mean I'm
You
not.
sound like
super into
CNN.
racism.
So if you're looking
During the
for
Baltimore riots, racism is amazing.
if
But I
you're
mean,
looking for quality racism, Loafers is the place to go.
self-loathing Greek guy, recovering
ra-
alcoholic Greek in
If
the
you're looking
corner
for
of the
quality
bar,
racism.
shouting racial epithets at his clientele who eventually riot and fight in the parking lot and maybe in the bar. I mean, that sounds amazing. Everything about that sounds great. We cut that down to a tight 28 minutes. I mean, that'd be amazing.
I'd watch that.
Every time this computer does it, I'm just like,
But
well,
see, here's
fuck it,
the
let's
thing.
go home.
But here's the thing. I gotta say, this is the fun thing. Well, this is one of the fun differences in races. Because you're like, this is amazing. It'll be interesting to watch.
Warren's
I guarantee
about
you,
to be like,
there's
black
some-
people be like,
No.
black people be like.
No, I'm well, sort of, because I'm sure there is a proud black man sitting somewhere going, "What?" You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
do.
I'm
You're
laughing
right.
at it, but I'm
You're
not.
right.
I mean,
No,
I'm a little fucked up.
Not that at this point we have a lot of crossover market with loafers, but if any of them were to stumble upon this and just like their clientele was like,
I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sew the pants off you, my friend. I'm sick and tired. That's
I
a
mean,
bad
but
impression.
I think it'd be fun, not because I think it'd be fun to watch people react to racism. Like I'm not saying like, oh, let's just call people n
We have
bombs on
the
the
news
street and
for
film
that.
the reaction.
Honestly, sometimes it's fun for me.
What I
I'm not
think,
gonna lie to you.
what I think would be fun is for everybody to laugh at this guy who is stupid and backwards and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and we could just all laugh at him together. That sounds like fun to me.
I would be. I agree. You
But I
got to
guess
throw
we'd have
in
to
that
give
maybe
him-
he would like piss himself somehow.
We probably have to give him
That would be
money or
great.
something, and then then we're like giving a racist money for being racist. And that
Dude,
probably,
give him
that probably
$5
doesn't sound like
and
a-
like, you know what? Oh God, no, that's horrible. I'd be like, here's $5. See this shot? Nobody's gonna hate you if you drank one. Just one.
Oh man,
Just
that'd be.
No, that's
I
screwed
would
up.
absolutely go in there and just taunt. We were joking about doing that. Basically doing like a sit-in of all the people that have been wronged by loafers.
Just all going, just gradually one at a time, just taking up space at the bar.
Yep. So there's like
Our
a
own
bunch of
support
us. So
group.
we have like what, 3, 4 former bartenders, a former DJ. I think Nikki still knows the former cook, like the former chef. Like he's
Patrons.
he's pushed
You
out everybody.
overcharged
That
me.
place is a mess.
That
But that's
sounds amazing.
That's why I speculate.
Remember when I used to do dollar crabs?
Oh God, yeah.
How do you get away with that?
Because they were garbage.
they were dead before they freaking cooked them. They said, people were like
They probably just took leftovers
no.
from somewhere else's all-you-can-eat crabs.
leftovers. Let's be honest.
Oh,
they
God.
rated like Red Lobster's trash. That's that's what they did, dude. They had to.
Come and eat it, loafers. We have Red Lobster's trash.
What happens when it's still blue? When you cook it, it's still blue. What are you talking about? It's an orange marker right there. Just get your job done. What are you doing?
Sometimes you just need to pay what things are worth. What were we talking about that? Oh, we were talking about that with tattoos last time. We're like,
Yes.
oh yeah, this is $25. You're like,
99-cent
yeah,
tattoo
looks like
sale.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Tattoos and crabs.
And
They have more in common than you know.
Seafood of most types. Just fucking pay for it. Don't eat cheap seafood. It's one of my general life rules.
It's like also on the list of ways to avoid diarrhea.
Oh.
Pay the right
Wow.
amount for your seafood.
Oh.
Also, don't go to loafers.
Speaking of diarrhea, how about that Wonder Woman trailer we watched? Just go.
Whoa.
Just go with it. Just go
That
with
was
it.
the best
Yeah.
non-segue ever.
We had to circle back around eventually, and I was just like, I don't know how we're gonna get there.
I enjoyed the Wonder Woman trailer as much as I dislike diarrhea. There we go.
Well done.
That
Okay.
worked.
Yep.
There
We're
we go.
Okay.
a little contrasty, but I'll take it.
Kind of like diarrhea.
Picking up what you're throwing down.
Diarrhea?
No. I'm not picking up any dysentery, diarrhea.
Oh, that image isn't gonna get out of there easily. Oh God,
Enjoy that one for the next few minutes.
I will not.
Oh.
Are you pouring a drink? Yes. Can you pour something in one of those skull glasses for me?
Yes, I can.
Be amazing.
Hey, if you don't mind, if you could,
Oh, yeah, there we go.
you know,
Well, here, we'll do a shot.
Well,
do you want to... I can...
shot of. Do you mind
a
if I
skull shot?
grab a chaser?
Yeah, go ahead and
Okay.
do that. We're trying not to... Go ahead and grab that. So we're trying not to kill Warren, who has been known to enjoy a drink or two.
I like the way you put that.
Oh,
But
are you a future meeting attendee? Is that what we're?
No.
Like the owner of Loafers?
never go to the meeting.
No, yeah, quitters. No, but
a quitter. That's why I'll keep drinking.
yeah, exactly.
I like a little table set up here. It's nicer without the board on it.
That's what I was thinking. It
The
works.
Jafar sand and the Jameson spout. When we actually get the Jameson on it, that'll be amazing.
Oh, we should just do that. Should I could do that.
Well, we
now.
didn't do it last time because we had 2 people on. I mean, we can always move it.
That's,
Yeah, are
this
you gonna
is
do
my
it now?
Jameson dispenser.
Are you gonna do it now? That'd be amazing. Be great for the video.
All right. By the way,
Sorry, audio listeners.
yeah, if you're listening
gonna
on
miss
audio,
this.
check it out. By the way, this thing weighs a fucking ton.
Find us on Facebook.
It's totally sound.
Do we have a Facebook URL? Are we facebook.com/Last Call Podcast? Is that a
Yes,
thing
we
that we
are.
are? Lastcallpodcast.com.
What else we got? We got
Stitcher.
Stitch.
You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Not SoundCloud anymore. We seceded SoundCloud territory to Club Get Right.
Okay. This is how we do it.
I'm happy that worked without shattering a gallon of Jameson.
I would have been extremely upset.
It'd be the first time I ever watched Mikey cry.
Yeah.
Known him for 20 years. That'd be the first time I'd ever see him cry.
God damn, it has been 20 years, hasn't it?
Oh, more than that at this point. 23?
Jesus Christ.
We met when we were 10. I just turned 34.
God damn, that means I'm going too soon.
It's probably 23 years, a couple of months ago. The start of school, I guess.
Well, that definitely deserves a shot. More so on the depression side rather than some sort of accomplishment.
Yeah. Bury the fear of death. Through a haze of alcohol.
As we've discussed earlier, we're all going to die. By the way, Trump is even more in the lead at this point.
That's okay. We expected that. It's the South, right? It's probably Texas
All right, let's see how
reporting.
this thing works.
Wow.
You've never used it before?
Look at that. That is
Works,
magic.
That's fucking exactly right. That's how it works. That's amazing.
That is magic. I don't know how big these shot cups are. So.
I feel like they're big.
Are we like doing a shot or?
Yeah.
Goddamn right we are.
Group
Okay.
shot.
Shit's about to get real. And then we're going to
Real.
talk about more.
This is Jameson. This is about to go down. Look at this.
Shit's about to go down.
Next time I make it. So I bought this at Wine in the Woods.
Time out. This this stone thing here
Yeah.
for so what's for wine?
I don't know.
No, it can't be for wine. It's too low for wine. I guess you could put it up on a shelf.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it works for Jameson. That's what we've learned.
I put whiskey in it. Fuck that.
This is a big shot. I feel
want-
like.
Here, I'll take that
That's
one.
okay. Is that one?
Here, I poured a little.
That's
It's still a pretty big one.
It's too small. Just, you add more to that. You drink that. I will drink this. Like a
Done.
like a big girl.
Oh, it has bubbles. I feel like I'm at the aquarium, but drunk.
I was a little worried that like it was gonna like vacuum.
I don't
like
think
there was
a
gonna be
fish
a
would,
vacuum seal in it.
Do too well. On that.
Somebody thought this out.
This feels it
Yeah, because
doesn't.
it like self aerates somehow. I don't know how that.
Well,
how
there's
that
a hole
happens.
here, so I assume that hole.
See,
Yeah, it
letting
leads
the
down.
science.
and-
Science,
It's
science, man, science.
You'll
All right.
get caught up in the cross science.
Do they still make awesome games like Crossfire?
I wish they did. Torpedo Run. Like
I'm
fucking-
excited. You have to give me the heads up because your kid is older than mine. We got to know
Oh,
what awesome games are coming down the pipe.
Oh, it's all fucking iPads and in-app purchases. That's all kids are doing now.
Cheers, gentlemen.
To the
last
skulls and the
To the last
Illuminati.
call.
To
we can't-
the last call.
Because we can't get right.
Either there's something
Oh,
in your shot
damn.
glasses or there's something in the dispenser.
I guess either of those are possible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Should have thought that through. That's okay.
we all survived.
Just a moment of recovery. Hang on.
Commercial break. Brought to you by Orange Crush.
Oh man. Yeah, that'd have been a good time for a commercial. There's a gravel on my tongue. That was really unexpected.
All right, so you probably should have let me take that one.
Yeah, well, that's
I've-
okay. I'll survive.
I've been drinking so much garbage in the bar industry for so long. I don't think I'd
Just
even
been
react.
used to it. Wonder Woman trailer was excellent. I am super psyched about that.
I wasn't expecting. I thought Wonder Woman was the best part of.
BV Soups.
Yeah, Batman versus v Superman.
Ugh.
I also thought Batman was pretty good, so I'm curious to see how that, whenever that trailer drops, that could be really good too.
I'm psyched. They interviewed Affleck the other day, though. I guess he was at the. I guess they're starting to film Justice League, which is surprising to me because I thought they were going to do the other ones first and build to Justice League, but I guess they're not patient enough for that. So they're filming Justice League now, and I guess reporters asked Affleck, they were like, when are you doing your Batman movie? And he was like, I guess Warner Brothers has like a date for it, but like, I don't have a script. I don't have a script that I like. Like, I'll do it whenever it's ready. So he's in no hurry. It could be 3 or 4 years before we see the Batman.
That's probably better. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. The thing is, it seems like they're concentrating on just doing the best they can as far as the quality of the movie, which is probably smart. I mean, Marvel laid out their whole plan and everything, and they took their time with each movie. But to expect like the sort of the DC crowd to turn around and try to attack it the same way, that would be cool. I mean, and they could totally get away with it, but they don't have to at this point. They're just like, look, you got it. We're just gonna do these as we get them, get them through. Thank you for priming the pump for the superhero movies.
Yeah, we don't need an Aquaman movie before Justice League. We don't need a.
Aren't we getting one?
Okay, I have to laugh. Aquaman
Not before
movie.
Justice League.
Seriously?
I don't think.
Really? Oh,
Have they filmed Aquaman yet?
I thought. Which one did they have trailers for? Was it just? They've mashed so much shit together. I don't know. I felt like the trailer they concentrated on Aquaman, so maybe that's why.
I thought there was something coming up with Aquaman there.
I thought Wonder Woman was the only other one we were going to get before Justice League came together. I could be wrong, but that's.
I don't know.
I didn't know if they were doing a. I'd be down with the Flash movie. I like that Ezra Miller kid or whatever his name is. And I'd be down with a good Flash movie. That'd be fun.
I thought he looked terrible in Batman versus Superman. I was like, what the hell is this crap? And then, but in that other in the Justice League trailer, I guess it is. I thought that was very good.
He's kind of young. He's kind of unsure of himself, which is kind of fun. Yeah, needs friends. I like it.
Runs real fast. Yeah.
I want a power set for Wonder Woman. Like, is she fucking Superman, or is she like just kind? Is she
like
Captain
actually
America?
Fucking Superman.
Well, she might actually. She'll probably end up fucking Superman at some point. But like, what's the power set? What's going on with her?
Well, I think in the comics she's approaching that level. She does everything that Superman does, except for shoot lasers and all the cheesy shit.
And fly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess she doesn't technically fly.
What I don't understand is, like, we watched her literally fight Doomsday, right? Like, she's
guy
almost
that
flying at him.
Superman.
Killed
Sorry,
Superman.
spoiler alert from like 95 or whatever.
She's hanging with him for 10 solid minutes, right? Batman sits this one out. He's like, nope, fuck that. He's sitting up on the roof with a rifle. Wonder Woman's in there mixing it up with goddamn Doomsday. Why is she fist fighting with a Nazi in a clock tower or something like that? Why isn't that guy just dead?
She's holding back.
Okay.
Equality. That's what it is.
She doesn't want to make him feel bad
trying to
about
get a
himself.
workout. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What is it?
That movie would get out of control quickly if it's like, instead of blocking bullets, she's just exploding heads with her fist.
And amazing.
I would still watch
The
it.
movie would be over in like 10.5 minutes. That's
She just runs into the scene and just explodes Nazi heads for 5 minutes, and then you're like, then we're done. Okay, now on to the next movie.
No.
The war's over.
Like she does sort of like a spin waltz with like Chris Pine there, and then she dips him and kisses him, and then it's over.
Gay.
I'm here to stop the war to end all wars. All right, I got it.
James
She's
T.
gone
Kirk.
for like 3 minutes. She's like, yeah, it's taken care of. No worries. They're all dead.
That's what really happened to Adolf Hitler. And then his consciousness was transferred to a Greek man, and he opened a bar.
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
That'd be a good sitcom. Adolf Hitler is reincarnated
As Harold.
as
in
an
Elephant City.
overweight, recovering
Kid.
alcoholic Greek guy who runs a bar
It sleeps
mostly frequented
upstairs.
by minorities. He sleeps upstairs. But like, he
It's
has
like
all
the
this
devil
memories
getting
of being
back at him
Hitler.
for some reason. Yeah.
He has all his memories of being Hitler, but he can't tell anybody that he's Hitler. He just has like
That's how
live out his
That's what
miserable
happens when
life.
you deal with the devil. You end up the night manager at fucking Loafers.
Hitler,
The night
I'll bring
manager.
you back.
That's wrong. That's
You could come back to life, and he just wakes up in this body when the guy's like 40.
no. No.
And that dude's full of sadness because that's got.
I'm gonna go home and start a screenplay.
Oh, can we make that? I joked with Dixon for a long time that we should film like basically film Roots but in reverse.
Okay.
Are you talking about where like
Jesus Christ?
Are you talking about where like the slave drivers are the heroes? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Not at all.
No, because reverse. Because at the end, so, I mean,
Well,
if I remember correctly, somebody got free, so they are going from
No.
freedom
I
back
don't
to
even
slavery.
mean.
Is that what?
I don't mean the exact scene for scene because that would not make sense in any sense. I mean,
You probably need to elaborate.
there's a lot.
I think that would make black people more angry. So let's not
I
do
thought
that.
you were talking about like making the guy with the whip the hero of the film.
No.
No.
No, I mean like the white
gonna lie,
guy
that would
getting
make me
the
laugh,
shit
though.
beat out of him and being forced to be called stereotypical names in reverse.
Oh, so you reverse the races of the two.
Yes.
And I
They did a movie like that called White Man's Burden. Yeah, with John Travolta.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I
Oh,
never saw
dude,
it, but I heard about it.
Dude,
Is
you
it
got to watch
good?
that movie.
Is it good?
It's good. It's weird to watch. Basically, it's the same stereotypes, but
It's like Man in the High
all
Castle,
the
except black people won.
it's like,
Really?
hey, baby, how you doing? Like, that's a white guy in the movie. Those will be white people. And it's like, hello, how are you? Those are all black people.
That's an amazing concept.
White man's burden. In fact, there was one scene, okay, because, I mean, obviously they have to have some
Wait,
kind of
when was
crazy
this
story.
made?
There's one scene, and it's after John Travolta. He's the white guy, and it's so funny to watch. He gets blamed for some crime or something like that, and he's kind of on the lam. He calls up his girl, trying to find out where she is, and maybe they can meet up and like get out of town or something like that. And he's like, she calls him, and he's like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" She's like, "Oh my God, I miss you." He's like, "Yeah, I'm horny too, baby." And I'm sitting there going, I'm like, "What the hell?
Well,
What the hell is this?"
This sounds like a great concept, but that sounds pretty offensive. It sounds really kind of
Look,
like.
that-
well,
that's
I
why I
remember
asked
when
when
people
it
were
came
seeing
out.
the movie, and people
95.
were they had the little news shot of people like going to see the movie and coming out, and everybody, like white people, black people, walking out like this.
Like just a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, like nobody wanted to fight or nothing. They just was like,
I get
I'm
it.
just gonna go home.
Like I'm not sure how
Go
to feel
home.
about this.
I needed
Yeah.
that.
And then it
that's
just
kinda
kind of
what-
trailed off, and
That's
nothing.
kind of what we were going for with the whole reversing the races and roots. Certainly not to like switch.
So
it
do
up.
you keep all the same characters except you make the black characters white and the white characters black? Is that
The main thing would to just be comically shit all over white people.
Then who would be Chicken George?
who's Chicken George?
I can't.
I knew you were gonna say
I
that.
never saw.
can-
I never saw Roots. I'm really sorry,
To be honest, I don't
feel
know
like
if
I
I've seen
should
the
have,
entire thing
but-
through.
and I haven't seen 12 Years a Slave either. I'm
Well,
I'm a bad.
I'm
We got
ashamed
to
of
that
you.
discussion.
Yeah,
I'm a terrible liberal. I'm sorry.
So we got to that discussion because we were talking about the Dave Chappelle skit. That's how we got from that.
The KKK member, the blind KKK
Oh, no,
member,
no,
is
not-
that?
not
okay.
that.
Oh, you
But
talking about the pimps going back in time?
Yeah, and or
Yeah.
where
Oh,
it's like,
messed up.
okay. I know what you're saying. Okay.
but they had like the Roots scenes, and it's like they go to hit Dave Chappelle, and he's like and starts fighting back with them. It's a great scene, but anyway, that's what
then
spawned
pimp
the whole
slapped him.
discussion. But Charlie Murphy in all of the Dave Chappelle things. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the Rick James that?
Oh yeah,
Well,
he's
just
telling
Char-
a story, just telling
Well,
a story.
just Charlie Murphy in general. For all those where it's like I forget his characters. Oh, it's what they call him? I don't know. But anyway, they said Charlie Murphy's character when they'd start recording, they'd say roll sound, and he'd just start because his character was
just
like
start-
full
just start
full
shaking his
smile
head.
and shaking. So we had a while where me and Henri would just yell at each other, randomly walk up and just go roll sound. We got just starts shaking and smiling. That's fucking awesome. It's like I want something like that in my life.
I hope you can zoom that in on the podcast. Just you doing that, like the smile and shake. That's
Roll
a good
sound.
roll sound.
That's how we should start every podcast from now on.
Roll sound and you doing the Charlie Murphy.
Yeah,
I'm on board.
That's the name
that'll
of it
make
now.
up for
The Charlie
everything
Murphy.
offensive that I've said.
Where's the sand? We got plenty of sand left. That's good news.
Yeah, we got a little bit.
That Jameson so I can stick that. Pour that in the.
I love where this man's head's at.
I just want to. Yeah.
Was I the only one that got sand in mine? Is that
I think so.
okay?
And what
All
your
right.
clit? What?
Oh.
Maybe it was just
Sand? You got sand in your clit?
What do you want?
Was it?
Yep,
Whoa.
sand in
Sand
my
in-
vagina.
Sand in your clit? Is that even possible?
Sure.
From what I hear, it hurts.
Can you? So can you like make a pearl from that? Is that?
Depends on your outlook on life.
I just like to point out that Warren is clearing me out of Orange Crush soda.
God
This is
damn
only the second one. I just wanted
I'm gonna
to
have to buy more next week.
pep this one up.
Ugh.
I'll drop some more on your doorstep there.
Who
Right
loves
along,
that?
yeah.
Who loves orange soda?
Scarlett Johansson playing the lead in a movie about Asians. How do you feel about that?
You know what? It's like that. I don't know if anyone's seen it. In fact, you can. Well, what was it? The kings of Egypt or the what you call
Gods of Egypt.
the gods of Egypt? Okay,
Yes.
because that you know what I got to say that bothers me.
That
See-
is definitely whitewashing.
Yeah, because I mean, someone sat there and thought, you know, if I made a movie about Egypt, it's not going to sell if I put Egyptians in it. Egyptians. No, it's not going to sell if I put Egyptians in it.
Well, that's true.
So let me put Jake Gyllenhaal. You know what? And what's his face?
No, that's
Well, that's Prince
No.
of Persia, but same thing.
Well, he
I
did
get
Prince
where
of
he's
Persia, but
going.
I think he was in that movie too.
Was
Like,
he in Gods of Egypt as well?
yeah, and it was what's his face from?
to be honest,
from
nobody saw Gods of Egypt.
The guy from Game of Thrones is in it.
Yeah, and you're
Jamie
sitting here going,
Lannister's
"What?
in it.
Why can't you just put Egyptians in the
realize that
damn
was him.
movie?"
Well, what famous Egyptians are there?
I don't know. Find some. I'm sure there's some
Well, then you have
around.
to fill your movie with no-name actors.
Well, look what happened with Star Wars. I mean, come on.
Wait, what happened with Star? Well, I mean, isn't Star Wars a little bit different than Gods of Egypt?
Well, no
I
one
mean, doesn't that kind
knew.
of have a built-in audience for it? That's not a fair comparison.
No, Star Wars.
prequels, that is-
I saw the
Prequels
original
proved
Star
you could
Wars.
put anybody in there.
I mean, the prequels had established actors. You're right;
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
not established actors in the new Star Wars, but you didn't.
No, I'm talking about the original Star Wars. What was it? 1977. I mean, all of them were no-name actors back then.
Okay, but I mean, did you have to reach back 50 years for like a successful movie with like no-name actors in it? Like
50 years. It's
77 is 40 years. Excuse me.
yeah.
It's a little
less-
little
little less
closer
than
to
that.
50 than you thought, isn't it?
Math hurts.
I was 3 years old when I saw it.
I don't know. I don't know that a movie like I don't know that a movie like Gods of Egypt gets made or gets seen if it's full
Three and a
of
half.
Egyptian people you've never heard of, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
I
if
say the
you're in
big
charge,
point
if you're
here-
in charge of the studio, do you just not make it?
That's my big point. Nobody needed to see that movie.
Yeah, if you can't make something off, well, yeah, maybe you don't make it because if you can't make it the way it should be, then because when you have normal
I mean, all
everyday
that
people
stuff's
going,
pretend anyway,
What-
right?
what's it-
I mean, come on.
what's his face from Olympus Has Fallen and
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler was in it, and he's all like
Scottish or
tanned out, like
Is
you know,
he Scottish?
yeah, he's like when you got Gerard Butler trying to be like Egyptian, like it's kind of.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no, you know what I mean. Like, if you can't make the movie the way it probably should be, but you probably should make it. Probably should make it. You know, and I mean, normal everyday people. It wasn't like you had some kind of big racial issue about it. It's just that when somebody tries to sit down and comfortably just watch the movie, even if they're not picking up on it, it doesn't feel right. It's like, well, something's wrong with this movie. You know?
So Scarlett Johansson and Ghost in the Shell. That's a no.
Well, Scarlett Johansson could. I mean, you're asking the wrong person. That's Scarlett Johansson.
I I just whiskey blocked myself.
This is a monkey with his hand in the cookie jar moment right here.
Why you had to,
Oh God!
why you gotta be a monkey? That's it.
Fuck you!
Fuck
you.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for dragging us down there.
I'm sorry. I must drink some more orange
Fuck
crush.
you.
I'm gonna drink my orange
I have
soda.
more orange crush.
Excuse me.
I just
Now there's orange crush on your couch and Warren's leather jacket.
It was only an ice cube. It was only an ice cube.
All right.
all right. We'll be okay.
Soaked in orange crush and Jameson.
I got the rest of it.
It's not the worst fluid that couch has ever seen. I assure
Oh,
you.
that sounds so terrible.
Why? I'm
me
sitting here. Like, you could have just lied and
not.
said,
What? That is not what.
That couch came from like the no-touch room of my mother-in-law.
I do not retract my previous statement. That is still not the worst fluid that couch has ever seen.
That sounds so bad.
If you had a no-touch room, you'd do it in there, right?
oh, God. I'm sitting here, man. I'm sitting on this
Feels
thing.
so wrong, but it feels so right. That kind of
right.
yeah.
Can't get
Ain't nothing
right.
wrong with a little bump of grind. Ain't nothing.
Are you singing R. Kelly?
I was.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting? I feel like I'm being judged right
I
now.
don't know. I mean, peas on kids and stuff.
Oh, just because
Warren has that. None of my business though.
He like to pee on 15-year-olds. Not my business.
doesn't mean Bump and Grind's not a good song. I'm not going to go out and buy 5 copies of his album. I'm not supporting him as an artist. I'm just.
But the question is, are you going to go buy like 5 kids from like slavery?
Are there kids for sale from slavery? Like,
why are you
down the
asking?
street? Or like,
why are you
That's
asking?
the way-
You're the one who mentioned that it was a possibility. I mean, can I get them to like mow the lawn and stuff?
You know, that's a good idea though.
Right? Like 10-year-olds don't know how to call anybody.
But
Like,
then you got to feed them. You got to feed them.
I mean, but that's cheap, right? Like just like oatmeal. Just like, I mean, how much is
you
like
got
a
to
huge
add
pot
water to that too.
of right? But I mean, water's like nothing. Like just a 5-gallon bucket of oatmeal at the beginning of each week.
have we just got? Holy shit!
I don't know.
We're contemplating the logistics of having child slaves sitting around,
child
you know,
slavery.
and not like freakiness. I mean,
Well,
you know,
I
I
mean,
need my lawn cut. I got to fix the roof.
Can we
I get-
be honest?
Okay.
That's the point of parenthood.
That's why you have a child. Also, did you do your parents?
Jesus
Did
Free
you do
labor.
your did you do your parents any good? Because I sure as shit didn't.
No,
Yeah,
I like mow the lawn sometimes.
Sometimes. How many times? Once a year, maybe. From the time you were what, 10 to 14?
Yeah,
You mowed the
like-
lawn 4 times.
I mowed the lawn a decent amount. I did shit else.
Right. You think
I
that
was a total burden.
you think that consumption to production ratio even out in their favor?
No, not at all. I'll freely admit that. My parents are saints
I want your parents.
for dealing with me.
Did you do a lot when you were a kid?
Hell, I was the dude version of Cinderella. I was scrubbing every goddamn thing. Scrub the floor, cut the grass. And I mean, you know, my parents had a few dollars, so we had a huge lawn. You know what I mean? I don't know what.
That's why
I
they
think I had a
$2
little
they
brother,
had
and
you
he
for all the free labor.
I think I had a little older brother, and they killed his ass because he ain't cut that lawn. Because there's around. No, I'm serious. You go around one side of the house, and it's sort of this mound. You know, like if you just bury somebody out in the woods. You know what I mean? Like you bury somebody out in the woods, and like you didn't mean to kill him and everything. Like it's on the side of the house. I'm saying it's still there if you see it. Yeah, I think one day I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna go over there Thanksgiving
Just
and dig it
imagine
up.
Warren with his little push lawnmower, and every time he goes over that little hump, like, oh God, please not me next.
Dig me up.
It's like, I miss you, bro.
I'm sitting there thinking nothing's wrong, and you just hear "dig me up." You know, You know, I'm gonna go there Thanksgiving this year. Sneak over there, and like Thanksgiving night, I'm gonna go over there with a little shovel,
Dig it up.
dig it up, see what's going on.
What's that Kevin Bacon movie where he's like digging up the floor in his house?
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon. He's digging up the floor of his house. He's going crazy. It's not frequency. He dead people are talking to him in his house.
Oh, white
And-
noise.
Is that White Noise?
Pretty sure.
And it had that cover of Paint It Black
Why
in the
do I
trailer.
know
You know what I'm talking about?
That title
Hey,
says
you
so
pulled it.
much right now.
Wait.
But anyway, I had to say it. It came out of
Just trying to
nowhere.
draw interesting parallels to your story.
I'm blaming the
About
Jameson.
mowing the lawn.
I'm blaming the Jameson.
Blame it on the J.
Blame
So
it
since
on the
you,
rain.
brought up your childhood. We have a price that we make our guests occasionally pay here, and I would like to make you pay it now. We would like to hear the stupidest thing that you did in your youth. Something that got you killed. Something that almost got you arrested.
If it got me killed, my ass,
Or a
my
friend
black ass wouldn't
killed.
be. I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean?
Almost got you killed.
Almost killed. What's a bunch of stuff almost got me killed.
Everybody says that, but then most people follow it up with a story that's kind of lame.
Kind of lame.
Come swinging. What do you got?
Let me see. Let me think, because there's a couple things that
Yeah,
maybe
this is-
if
yeah,
I
know.
explained it to you, you'd be
This
like,
is the time where
no.
everybody's like, oh,
But
yeah, I
it
could
scared
fill
the shit out-
podcast after podcast. The thing
podcast
that I
after
did when I
podcast.
was young that's
Okay, so-
really entertaining and stupid, but then nobody comes with the heat. Fucking bring it. Tell a goddamn story.
So when I was a child, I used to be a freedom fighter for the Sandinistas, right?
Here we go. Nobody got it. Come on.
No. I didn't do that
Back
until I was
when
18.
Warren worked for the cartel.
Let me tell you something, man. We used to cut ears off, man. He send you back with one ear, you know?
That's when you can tell Warren's had a few drinks.
He starts doing offensive accents.
The accents come out. Tell me that is
That accent is not offensive, man. It does. It happens every now and then.
We have
Every now and then
definitely
you have-
yelled Scarface quotes back and forth at each
I
other.
have a great conversation with a guy at my work about how, like,
You've definitely done that.
Scarface is a fantastic movie until you realize the fact that Al Pacino is a white guy doing a terrible Cuban accent.
Yeah.
And as soon as you think about that, that movie is fucking ruined.
That's what I mean. You couldn't make half of the classic movies
Might be the worst
now.
accent ever allowed in a movie.
It is really bad.
Where somebody wasn't like, no, Al, no, fuck, no, you can't do that. That's awful.
Fuck me. Fuck you. How's that?
Fuck you. Let me tell you something, huh? Let me tell you something, okay?
Fly
In this-
pelican.
So
Fly
bad.
pelican fly. It's a fucking flamingo. Fly pelican fly. You know,
It's
let me
like
tell you something.
Scarface Cuban.
In this country, okay, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. Okay? No, put your tongue back in your mouth. Look like a cockroach.
It's not even.
You know?
It's not Spanish. It's not Cuban. It's just Scarface.
Yeah, it's
is-
just Scarface.
it's
You're
just
absolutely right.
Scarface.
It's its own dialect.
What'd you do, Warren? The dumb thing.
So,
The dumb
I know we
thing.
distracted you.
so
But
I
apart from your time
No,
selling
he
drugs in
distracted
Cuba.
us. That's what happened there.
So what? Let's see. I used to do all kinds of stuff. Like we used to do all kinds of stuff, like build ramps for our bikes. There was a cul-de-sac, right? Cul-de-sac
got
right across
sweet
the way.
air.
We did that. There's a place up the street from where I live called Allen Pond, and it was like there was a part where you could ride the woods up in there, and we used to do some ridiculous stuff like this. You could walk up this path, but we would take our bikes up the path and then try to ride our bikes straight down the hill. But this is all woods, so like trees and stuff like that. We did that.
So you're like trying to Sonny Bono it on
This
your.
is my new favorite.
Oh
bit.
yeah.
Jay had a pretty good one. Jay's was all right.
Dave's good.
Did you ever almost get arrested? Did you ever have to run from the cops?
Allegedly.
Almost.
Did you ever
When I was
Did you ever suffer a terrible injury where you or a friend bled profusely or broke a bone?
Not bled profusely.
Were you ever grounded for more than 6 months?
No, because my parents had short memories. They would forget in like a week, and then I would try to sneak out the house anyway.
So pretty quiet suburban childhood is what you're getting at.
Oh no, those people were crazy. My parents are
people?
absolute. My parents.
No,
How
just
so?
mean your life in general. Like,
Me?
just give us a good some crazy story. Whatever. Just something.
It could be from your 20s. I don't give a shit. Did you ever fight somebody?
I remember the first time I actually got in a fight, and this is kind of bad because we'll just call this dude Chico because his ass might recognize me on this podcast, and I just want to say, you know what, it was my fault. I started shit with you, Chico, but fuck you, Chico. You can kiss my entire ass, and I dare you to find me. I'm grown now.
That's why you
come get me.
That's why you didn't use his real name.
Because Chico ain't gonna sue me. Okay, it's bad enough Chico almost whooped my ass, but Chico ain't getting my money. You know what I mean?
Character to come get you. Okay, go ahead.
No. It's not a fictional character. We would just call him
not really
Chico.
Calling him out right now.
So,
you're using a fictional name.
No, because I'm not. Chico is not. You know how people sue people. This is America, man. It'd be like I'm suing you. So look.
Got it.
So
what happened? Tell me about you.
Okay. So this what happened. Right? Peep this. We on the bus.
Let me tell you, man.
This is middle school. We on the bus.
Slipping into Scarface, just gradually.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
No,
tell you
I
on
don't. I just want you to tell the story.
Okay, so we on the bus, right? Because I, in the middle, I grew up in Bowie at the time. It was white people, and now it's not. So, but back then, Bowie had white people. Yeah, there was a lot of white people. They used to throw bottles. Well, not all of them. There was some really cool, but some real drunk people from Porter Ridge threw bottles at me. I ain't like that. But anyway, that was one of that day.
Is that what he's talking about with "Make America Great Again"?
Yeah, that's basically what he's talking about.
It's pretty accurate.
Nail on the head.
But see, I felt better. Like another friend of mine who happened to be darker complected, they threw a bottle at him that was loaded with piss. I was like, damn, I feel bad for you. But anyway, so we on the bus. We heading home from Thomas Pullen Middle School. That was a black school back then. It probably still is a black school. So anyway, and because they was trying to bus all the white people out there, but didn't realize that I was black. So I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, we come home from school.
We still question it.
And he was trying, and he was just a bully. Chico was damn bully. Just when I was like, you know what? And I decided I was gonna stand up to this bully today.
Pick on you.
Yeah.
Call your
and
names.
so he's picking on me, and Chico was
stuff.
big. He was big and fat. Chico, you a big fat mother. Anyway, so
When you say Chico, I imagine a guy of Hispanic origin. Is that, or did you just pick Chico?
No, because you know what?
He was on that Scarface kick.
Just call him Chico.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's easy to say right now because, I can't really say names after all this.
Chico was picking on you. You decided that day enough was a fucking.
I was like, enough is enough. I'm going to tell this motherfucker. And I started making fun of him, right? And I kind of realized I was funny that day. I was making fun of him. I was calling all kind of names. Everybody was laughing at him. And he was like, fuck you, Warren. I was like, fuck you, Chico. You big fat motherfucker. Fuck you. Sick and tired of your shit. And then the bus stopped and it was like, it's your stop. And I forgot that Chico gets off at the same stop I do. So I was like,
we all make mistakes.
I was like, okay. I didn't think this through well. So I hurried up and got off the bus and started walking in the direction of my home. And I realized that Chico had to walk in that direction for a while too, right? So I'm walking, I was like, well, at first I felt secure because Chico, like I said, was a big fat motherfucker. So, hey, I figured, well, I'm pretty far ahead of him, and I'm smaller than he is, so he can't really catch up to me. You know what I mean? Like, so I was just like trying to walk a little bit faster, just trying to make more of a distance, get some offset. And I looked back there, I was like, Chico, all the way back there. Fuck his fat ass. And then I stopped for a second, and I was like, you know what? He's so far back there. I was like, fuck you, Chico. So I walked into my house. So
You're
basically,
you've got the lead. He's way back behind you, and you decide to push your luck and turn around and say, fuck you, Chico.
I was a child stupid. We
all were.
So when I make that left, and Chico was supposed to keep going straight, I made the left, went to my house, started going to my house, and Chico made the left too. So I was like, fuck you want? Uh-oh. You know, that's what goes through your head. You're like, he's coming to my house. He going to my neighbor's house. No, he would have no reason to go to my neighbor's house, but like, he going to my neighbor's house. I was trying to make myself feel better. Parents went home, opened, unlocked the door, ran in the house, locked the door, locked the bottom lock, and did that whole thing where you turn around and you put your back to the door.
Went and hid in the basement. Yeah.
And it was all quiet, and I was like, all right, cool. Do you know Chico walked right up to my front door and kicked in my front door? I swear, I shit you not. Literally kicked in my front door. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I said, oh, Lord Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ.
The best image in my head right now. It's Warren in the same clothes, but just like 12 inches shorter. But it's like he just shrank in his clothes, like everything's oversized with his back against the door. And it's just exploding inward, and just Al Pacino on the other side, just having kicked it in. All right, go ahead.
And he's like, say hello to my little friend. I was like, oh, shit.
That's exactly how I imagine the moment.
And I said, I try not. I said, don't panic. I said to myself, I said it out loud too. I remember I said that shit. I was like, don't panic, Warren. Don't panic. Yeah, I'm saying this shit out loud. I know he was looking. He looked at me like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I was like, don't panic. And I duck in the kitchen, and I was like, I'm gonna grab a weapon. And you always think you're gonna see. This is the thing. When I was a kid, you always think you're gonna do like the crazy, the most perfect thing in that situation. You know, you're watching all these fucking movies and shit. You think he ran in the kitchen. He's gonna grab a knife, a cleaver, meat cleaver. No, I grabbed the first thing I could find, jumped back out, in the hallway, and it was the broom. And it was the broken broom. Everybody got that broken broom in their house that you done use so much that the bristles are falling off. Like, if you hit somebody with that, they'd just be like, oh, yeah, could you hit that spot in my back? Like a raccoon. Yeah, exactly. Garbage. And it was not even like the one part, like the rounded, dull end of the broom. You could at least poke them with that. No, I picked the softest end of the broom, which is the bristles falling off that shit.
Like, I'm gonna make you mildly uncomfortable.
Yeah, and back then it was. I can't even say it was a Walmart broom, because Walmart wasn't around back then. It was like Bradley's. It was like that Bradley's broom. You know what I mean? Woolworths.
I gotta be honest. When you said broken broom, I thought like snapped in half with like a jagged.
Oh, not even that cool. Yeah, not even that cool.
Wrong end was broken.
In fact, broom. It's the shitty broom, and not only that, it wasn't a wood handle.
Plastic.
You know how it was kind of like tin, that tin that they wrap in plastic. So once that motherfucker bends, it's like you can't use it for shit. You're just like, you know what? I'll use this to stoke the compost pile out back. You know what I mean? You're not gonna use that for anything else. And I started going at him with this soft broom, and Chico's big fat ass. He was like a bear. He was like a middle school age bear that was shaved.
By this point in the
story. So I'm sitting here poking him with this shit.
Josh Zimmerman?
No, he can't. Does he? Can he get shaved? Doesn't that mess up the clippers?
You need like a machete.
You. Yeah.
In my head at this point, it's Warren, but 12 inches shorter, running away from a middle school age T-1000. Okay, go ahead. More like a wallaby, a large Mexican T-1000.
Yeah. Mexican. You know what? That was almost Cuban, correct, sorry. Except the exoskeleton was made of fat. Yeah, it was made of fat. It was some kind of
T-1000. I get it.
And I started to shoo him away, and he was like
a Toro T-1000.
Yeah, but more mobile, 1000. More mobile and more aggressive. And that's why we call him Chico. Because he's not Toro, no. So he's I'm trying to get out of my house, you motherfucker, get out of my house. And this sumbitch, he just smacks the broom. Like, he literally smacked it like this bear. He just whack. And you think like maybe the broom just gets deviated for a second. No. Broom goes flying completely out of my hand, but I'm still thinking it's there. So I'm like with empty hands going, oh shit. Right? So he runs up and he pushes me, and then I grabbed his leg and shit, and I bit his leg. I bit the fuck out that motherfucker. So No, I mean, hey, I was
do
just
what
like,
you gotta
you know,
do.
you got to do what you got to do.
not here to
I
judge.
wasn't all that combative back then. I mean, I'd gone to karate class, but you know, when you kick somebody fat, that shit don't hurt them.
Nope, not
No.
not when you're that young.
No, I mean, and you try to punch him in the belly, it doesn't work. None of it works. None of it. So I bit him on the ankle, and when
For some reason, on the ankle just makes it more intense.
It's all bony.
yeah, because I was like, I'm confident that I can get to something that's gonna hurt here. There's nerves in here somewhere. So I bit him right on the ankle, and he started screaming, and he fell to the ground, and I just kept biting his ankle and biting his ankle and biting his ankle, and I felt so empowered by biting his ankle. I grabbed his other ankle and started biting that, and he started to flail. Now this is where I thought maybe I was gonna die, because I mean, I realized that maybe he's bigger than me, he's stronger than me, you know what I mean? Because I'm like holding on to one of his legs, you know, and I had bit the other one, like I kind of grabbed it and bit it and then went back to the other. I know it's sick, but
I
I mean,
honestly have no idea how this story's going to end.
I don't.
and he's
either.
shaking his leg.
It could end with parents coming. It could end with Warren's death. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm from the future, from another
I
dimension.
don't know.
You're reincarnated.
No, but see,
In the body?
I bit the hell out of this dude's ankle. He starts flailing. He's on the ground. He's basically face down in my living room, and I don't know what the hell to do but keep biting his ankle. And I remember hearing my next door neighbor outside go, "What's going on in there? What's going on in there?" This, that, and the other. And I kept on biting his ankle because I was like, I don't know. I can't trust that. You know, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's hallucination. You know, I don't know what the hell's going on. But I hesitated for a little bit. The cockroach. So I hesitated for a little bit, and he stood up. He like shook his leg, and I just ran towards the kitchen, and I'm standing in the kitchen doorway, and he had gotten up for a second, and he was checking his leg, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of my house! Get the fuck out of my house!" That was one of the first times I said "fuck." So anyway, he grabbed something off the table. My parents had these little wooden statues and shit, and I thought he was gonna throw it at me, and then I heard the neighbor say something. I don't know what the neighbor said, but then he turned and ran out the front door, and then I closed the front door, and I was like, I thought I won.
What was left of it?
Well, he kicked the door in, but only locked the bottom lock, so it only fucked up the bottom lock. The top lock was still there, but and I went ahead and closed that all up, and I was just like, okay. And then my parents came home like maybe an hour later, and I didn't say shit. And then finally, my mom comes over and said, "Hey, what happened to the front door?" And the neighbor said something was going on, and I was like, I swear to you, I did not say a word. They just put all this shit together in front of me. And the neighbor said this and that. My father was like, "What the hell?" So he kicked the damn door in. What you gonna do when he kick the damn? You can kick the door in. He gonna kick the door in. You gonna let him? You ain't defend the house? And I'm sitting there looking at I'm thinking to myself, we had these mirrors in the front, like you open the front door and there's a big mirror there, right? And I had to be standing there when he said, "Yeah, somebody come in here. You ain't gonna defend the house." And I was looking. I was like, I'm 4'11", motherfucker. You want me to defend the house? Hell, get a dog. I can't do this right now.
I'm just really glad that story doesn't end with you with some young boy's Achilles tendon hanging in your teeth as he writhes in pain on the ground. That's where I thought we were going.
The only thing that I find funny, and fuck you, Chico, because I remember this shit. The next day on the bus, he gets on the bus, and I had heard so much crap from my dad. I had gotten so much trouble that the next day I was just tired. I was just like, whatever. And I get on the bus, and he gets on the bus, and I was sitting in the middle of the bus, and I was sitting on the end of the seat. You know what I mean? Because I put my bags down in there. And when I turned around, I see Chico getting on the bus, and he had this big fucking bandage right where I bit him, and it was red. I was like, yes, I drew blood in that motherfucker. Fuck you, motherfucker.
And
fuck
that
you.
man's name was Stanley Dixon.
On that note, I say we just call an end to this apocalypse and also
Hooray!
a nod to the impending doom that is our election.
That's 201 to 197. This is where the tide turns.
Oh, okay. This is where
We're
all right,
okay.
We're changing.
Yeah.
Not that we're okay. We're not okay. It's gonna suck. But
It's better.
yeah.
It's better this way.
Isn't that a Paramore song? Never mind.
I don't know. But anyway,
Can we go?
yeah, we can definitely
Let's
go. After Warren described how he mauled a
child.
large Mexican American man in his youth.
Hey, I got nothing against Latinos, okay? I just don't like Chico. That one Chico, I don't like him.
Fuck you. Fuck me.
Fuck me.
Fuck you. How's
Fuck
that?
you. How's that? Goodbye, Chico. Goodbye. I see you in the street, Chico, okay?
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. It was a very interesting Last Call podcast. We'll see you next time. Check us out on YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes. Thank you to Tristan, as always. Thank you to Warren for joining us. We'll see you next time for the next Last Call.
See you.
I think I'm drunk.